Uh, Kabir's philosophy on Nirgun, give us a sense of it. What does that mean? And why did he then stand against this whole idea of an organized religion, especially a religion that looks at power, politics, land and wealth?
So, मुझे जो बात समझ आती है, निर्गुण कोई रिलीजन नहीं है. फिर से मैं कह रहा हूं, मैं अपना सेंटेंस दोहरा, मुझे जो बात समझ आती है, मैं इसे इम्फेसाइज कर रहा हूं कि मुझे जो बात समझ में आती है. इस बात को मैं इसलिए बार बार कह रहा हूं कि जब हम कबीर की बात करना शुरू करते हैं, जैसा आप अभी बता भी रही थी लिंडा हेस, कि हम कबीर के साथ मिलावट शुरू कर देते हैं. तो पहली चीज तो निर्गुण एक फॉर्मलेस कॉन्सेप्ट्स की बात करता है जो सिर्फ फील किया जा सकता है. So, like nirgun means which is formless. You cannot see through your eyes. You can only experience it. But मैं इस बात को इंश्योर कर सकता हूं कि you can experience it. But there are certain process that I had learned while my ashram life, while spending my life in ashram. So मुझे लगता है कि निर्गुण कोई रिलीजन नहीं है. अगर हम किसी भी रिलीजन की बात करें, सो जो अल्टीमेट डेस्टिनेशन किसी भी रिलीजन का है, मैं तो कह सकता हूं क्योंकि मैं काशी से हूं, तो मुझे लगता है ये बात किसी को बुरी भी नहीं लगेगी. अल्टीमेट गोल निर्गुण ही होता है. आप कभी चुपचाप बैठते हैं, जो अपने साथ, जो अपने एक्सपीरियंस के साथ बैठते हैं, उस कुछ मोमेंट्स में आप उस निर्गुण को एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं. सो इफ आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन द निर्गुण, देन आई थिंक सो दैट विल बी सगुण. सो आई कैन नॉट एक्सप्लेन इट, सॉरी. But if you guys are here, if you want to sit somewhere, you can experience it in Banaras. So कबीर उसकी बात करते हैं, अल्टीमेट सोर्स की बात करते हैं. इसीलिए वो ये कहते हैं, क्या कहते हैं? मन ना रंगाए, रंगाए जोगी कपड़ा. Again, you need to understand this. You can see so many sadhus, so many monks who is just going here and there in a kind of certain robe. Yeah, in certain robes. But it is very important to understand the cruciality, the subtle truth behind it. Are you meeting really to the monks, or you are meeting a certain kind of people who have just put that kind of cloths, a color cloths? The day you will got an opportunity to meet a real sadhu, that very day you will understand what is real sadhu, and you are not going to oppose him. But that is the thing you need to understand. So if somebody is going somewhere, somebody is accepting certain things, that's their problem. That's not the problem of Kabir. That's why Kabir is saying, Man na rangaye, rangaye jogi kapda. So what is important? It is important to color yourself. It is not important to color your clothes. Even you can see, I have certain white color, which represents my ashram. But the journey is behind that clothes. So Kabir is again not criticizing. Kabir is talking to people and he is telling truth. Whatever you are doing, it's not reality. You need to travel across this. That's what Kabir is trying to tell. So that's why he is opposing. And then again, Kabir is not opposing any religion. साहब मेरा एक है, दूजा कहा न जाए. दूजा साहब जो कहूं, साहब खड़ा रसाए. So he is one. If he is one, then why we are quarreling? That's why Kabir standing in a temple and then he is standing in mass and he is talking to people. Oh people, what are you doing? Whosoever is emphasizing on reading books, Kabir is talking to them. पोथी पढ़ पढ़ जग मुआ, पंडित भयानक होए, ढाई आखर प्रेम का पढ़े सो पंडित होए. Again, Kabir is not denying to read books or scriptures. Kabir is emphasizing on understand the love. That's why saying, oh dear brother, you are reading a different kind of scriptures. You are reading Vedas, Upanishad, Bible and Quran, and you are unable to understand the meaning of love. Then why are you reading? And then he's saying the day you will understand the meaning of love, that very day all the books become futile. So Kabir is talking about truth. Kabir is not opposing anybody. But most of the time, I don't know. आप ज्यादातर लोगों को ये सुनते हैं कि कबीर अपोज कर रहे हैं, कबीर अगेंस्ट में बोल रहे हैं। आप क्यों नहीं समझ पा रहे हो इस बात को? आप बताओ मुझे, इसी लाइन में बता दो। आप खुद समझदार हैं, इसे एनालिसिस कर लीजिए। पोथी पढ़ पढ़ जगमुआ, पंडित भयान कोय, ढाई आखर प्रेम का, पढ़े सो पंडित हो। ऐसे कितने लोग हैं जो इस बात में बिलीव करते हैं? अभी मैं फिर से बात कर रहा हूं, कितने लोग बिलीव करते हैं या मानते हैं कि कोई भी व्यक्ति पोथियां पढ़कर ज्ञानी हो सकता है? How many of you believe that even if you are collecting information from different scriptures, then you will become the jnani,
The enlightened.
the enlightened? Nobody. So the path of enlightenment is very different. It always comes through experience. That's what Kabir is saying. So we always follow the experience, and that's why Kabir said, "मोको कहां ढूंढे रे बंदे, मैं तो तेरे पास में." लेकिन मैं इस बात को भी कहना चाहूंगा कि बहुत जरूरी है कि आप अपने आप का भी एनालिसिस कर लें, बिकॉज द फर्स्ट डे यू टुक अ बुक, यू स्टार्टेड रीडिंग अ बुक, एंड देन यू फाउंड द सबद ऑफ कबीर, एंड दैट सबद इज व्हाट? जहां जहां जाऊं सोई परिक्रमा, जो जो करूं सो पूजा. So wherever I go, I'm taking the sacred round of temple. And whatever I'm doing, it's a kind of worshipping. So if a very day you took a book and started reading, and then you proclaim that now whatever I'm doing, that's like a puja. No, I deny that. For reaching that state, you need certain practices. And I'm not saying practices means you have to take certain posture. If you're doing, I'm not against it. And even Kabir was not against it. Kabir was saying those things to people, but he was trying to tell them reality. Whatever you are doing, if you're just trying to purify yourself, if you're trying to understand the love, if you're trying to understand the truth, if you're trying to understand the ultimate alchemy within you, then it's okay. But if you're trying to do that, if you're pretending to do that, then Kabir is against it.
Linda, he talked about the path to enlightenment is experience. Your first translation, Bijak, the collection of poems, and your more recent one, which is Bodies of Song, which is absolutely amazing. There's a huge transition between when you translated Bijak, or the first book, and the nuance that you found here in the Bodies of Song. What changed? Andar mein kya farak kya hua?
I got old. I mean, of course, if there isn't some greater maturity, over a period of 45 years, then it's a sad story. So there's some maturity there and growth of experience. But I would say the credit for the vibrancy that you may see here is the singers. This is called Bodies of Song, Kabir oral traditions. Of course, I got that by being immersed in the music and the living tradition. You just can't predict. You can hear one song we started with cassettes, but of course then we had CDs, they're all obsolete. Now we just listen on our cell phones, but you can hear it, it's oral, it's musical, but that's not the same as in the live body, You're sitting there, they're sitting there, there's a group of people around. The energy, the experience in your body can't be compared with what you experience listening to a cassette. Though a cassette is, I'm happy there are cassettes in the world. So that counts for the change, maybe. Inspiration from singers. And when you hear a song sung once, twice, 3 times, you get different new understandings of what it means. Maybe because of the cool wind that blows when you hear a line, and suddenly you say, oh, that's what Kabir was talking about, a kind of wind of kindness or compassion. I had experienced those. So, of course, anyway, I want to do a little, yes. When I said everything is political, that was a little bit of a careless statement. I could say that everything historical and social has a political aspect to it. You don't have to look very far to find it. But it's not true, in my opinion. It's also true that it's possible to reach a kind of experience that is beyond that kind of thinking.
Umesh ji, we live in a time of Maya, but sadly we also live in a particular time, and एक घड़ी भी वो लोग वेट कर रहे हैं. तो मैं ये अंत में मैं आपको ये पूछूंगा कि tell us when Kabir passed away and he decided, how he's going to pass away, whether he passed away at the age of 120 or earlier is debated. What happened around his body? Tell us the myth of that and what the philosophy is behind the myth.
चूंकि मैं कबीर के ट्रेडिशन से आता हूँ, इसलिए मैं इस बात को डिनाई करना थोड़ा मुश्किल पाता हूँ कि कबीर changes in flowers. Why am I saying it? Because the day I deny this fact, we have to deny all the scriptures. But एक जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात है वो ये है कि हर स्टोरी का कुछ एक मीनिंग होता है, उसे समझा जाना चाहिए. बिकॉज कई बार लोगों का डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव होता है और अपने पर्सपेक्टिव से चीज़ों को लिखते हैं. तो किताबों में जो है वो ये है कि कबीर काशी छोड़कर, बनारस छोड़कर मगहर चले जाते हैं. एंड व्हाट वाज बिलीफ that people are believing that if somebody will die in Kashi or Banaras, they will go to heaven. But if somebody will die in Maghar, they will go to hell. So now think about Kabir. What Kabir is, you can have a glimpse here. Kabir said, no. How it is possible? Then a criminal, a rapist, a sinner. For them, the way of enlightenment is very easy. For them,
आप लोग पधारिए, प्लीज गो वॉक थ्रू, चलते जाइए. वो सोच रहे थे कि नीचे आए.
सो आप इस बात को समझो. कबीर ने कहा ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? आप खुद सोचो इस बात को कि फिर तो आप सारा जीवन भर पाप करते रहो, काशी में आओ और आराम से आपकी डेथ हो जाती है, आपको मोक्ष मिल जाता है. कबीर सेड नो. और उन्हें क्या प्रेफर किया? काशी को छोड़कर, जब वो लगभग 119 साल के हैं कहानियों के अनुसार, तो काशी छोड़कर मगहर चले जाते हैं. एंड ही लेफ्ट हिज बॉडी ओवर देयर. एंड देन द आयरनी, यू सी द आयरनी, बिकॉज हिंदू एंड मुस्लिम बोथ वर द फॉलोअर ऑफ कबीर एंड बोथ फॉलोड कबीर टू मगहर. एंड when he went inside, maybe in stories there is a cave, when he went inside the cave and he declared that now I'm going to leave my body, then they started quarreling with each other. Why so? Because of rituals. Hindu was saying that I will take the body of Kabir, Muslim was saying that I will take the body of Kabir, just because of ritual. And the story, Kabir disappeared and he became flower. And that flower divided among the people. But if you want, you can include your logic too. Because Kabir was a Kabir. And he was in everybody. That's what Kabir explained. कक्का केवल नाम है बब्बा, बीर शरीर, रर्रा सब में रमे रहा, ताका नाम कबीर. So Kabir, another Kabir spoke, just open and see, there is not a body. Maybe another Kabir has placed a flower. It's your logic, not mine, because I'm talking about tradition. So in tradition we believe that Kabir became a flower, and that flower distributed among the people. And then they made two samadhi. One is made by Hindu and second one is made by Muslim. And then some part of that flower is brought by the king of Kasi, and they kept in Kabir Mat and they made samadhi over there. But I think so behind that story you can understand the reality. If you don't believe in that kind of magics, then you can believe that somebody had placed because he don't want people to quarrel with each other. It can be your logic. But I think so the day I going to deny, I'll deny everything. So I'm not going to deny it. Maybe something happened over there. I don't know. Because so many experiences what I had while living in my ashram, I cannot put those experiences in words, but that are truth for me. You can call it imagination, you can call it anything, whatever you call, but I think so if you're going to deny this, then you have to deny Bible, you have to deny Vedas, you need to deny the Ramayana and Gita, everything. So if you're ready to deny, I'm ready to deny this facts too. So Kabir became flower, that is important for me. And again, he was a fragrance. And I believe in fragrance, not in flower, and what Kabir became. So that's what I feel, कि कबीर हम सब में मिल गए. और आज भी जब मैंने आपको साखी कही, कक्का केवल नाम है, मैं इस बात में आज भी बिलीव करता हूँ. The word K stands for the name, like Sanjoy, like Linda, like Umesh, which is given by people. And then the second word is there, B. Babba Bir Sari. So this second word B denotes the body, which is like biological body. And then the last word is very important. Rarra sab mein rame raha. The essence is in everybody. Ghat ghat mein panchi dolta. Everywhere, wherever you see, he is. लाली मेरे लाल की जित देखूं तित लाल. So आप में भी कबीर दिख रहा है. और कबीर दूसरी जगह और कहते हैं, कौन कहन को कौन सुनन को दूजा कौन जना रे. So the who is speaking, that is Kabir, who is listening, that is also Kabir. So why you are not believing in this philosophy? But yeah, we need to be little careful. The day we proclaim that we are Kabir, we have to be like Kabir. And एक बात अपनी तरफ से कह लूँ, मुझे पता है टाइम कम है, कह लूँ? वो ये है कि मैं ये मानता हूँ और ये मैं सजेस्ट भी करता हूँ लोगों को कि प्लीज कबीर को आप इंटरनेट से पढ़कर इंटरप्रेट ना करें. Because from last 20 years, I'm just receiving a lot of questions. Lots and lots of questions people are asking, and they're just reading those 15, 50 or 100 couplets of Kabir. Kabir ki Sakhi, Joseph, the book which is called Sakhi, it has 84 parts. And each part there may be 200, 300, 500, 120. These kinds of couplets are there. And then you will find the real essence from there. So read Sakhi, the book. And then if you really want to understand Kabir, read Bijak. There you will understand. Linda Hess जी का जो translation है, मैं उसे पढ़ा हूँ और बहुत अच्छा है, आप उसके थ्रू जा सकते हैं. बट फिर भी मुझे लगता है कि उन साखियों के साथ आप बैठ भी सकते हैं. बिकॉज कबीर इस बात की परमिशन देते हैं कि यू कैन थिंक अबाउट योर सेल्फ एंड यू नॉट नीड टू थिंक अबाउट योर सेल्फ. आपके पास सब कुछ होने के बाद भी एक क्वेश्चन तो आता ही है. मुझे पता है सबके पास बहुत पैसे होंगे, बहुत सारी गाड़ियां होंगी, लेकिन आप सब अकेले होते हैं तो किसके साथ होते हैं? गाड़ियों के साथ या अपने घर के साथ? अपने साथ होते हैं. तब एक क्वेश्चन आता है कबीर के साथ होते हैं. हाँ, आजकल फोन के साथ. बट कुछ देर के बाद वो फोन भी काम नहीं आता. मेरे पास भी है फोन. वो कुछ देर के बाद फिर वो बहुत निरस लगने लगता है, मोनोटोनस लगने लगता है. तो जब आप अपने साथ होते हैं उस समय कबीर आपसे बात करते हैं. आप कबीर को कुछ और भी कह लें जो आप कहना चाहें, मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. तो कबीर को उन 15 साखियों के से नहीं पढ़ा जाना चाहिए. कबीर को रियल अंडरस्टैंडिंग के थ्रू पढ़ा जाना चाहिए. और फिर से मैं ये बात कहूंगा, क्योंकि मैं ट्रेडिशन से आता हूं, इट्स वेरी इजी टू राइट अबाउट कबीर while sitting in AC room and just gathered all the book which is written by different people. You can read it, you can talk about Kabir, but you cannot experience Kabir. If you want to experience Kabir, then it is very important for you to be with yourself. Read those sakhis, contemplate it, understand it, practice it, and feel it. Thank you.
So basically what he said is roam mein Kabir except on Instagram. So we shouldn't go that way. Linda, he talked about the different books that are available. You're actually working, and this is really the last question, you're working on a compilation of 400 of Kabir's poems. Tell us a little bit about that and close with a doha that you would like to share with us, or a poem that you have translated.
Okay, well, let's see how it goes. This is a nice place to be sitting, isn't it? I was quite nervous. I'm always nervous. but it now feels very nice to sit in front of you and feel the nice gentle breeze and the Ganga behind us.
And being with Kabir too.
And being with Kabir, bringing Kabir and Mahindra together. Anyway, I'm in a mellow mood now instead of nervous. Okay, so after working with singers for so many years, I was a little bit snobby about people who only work with books. I thought, hey, these people work with books. People work with manuscripts. They got their nose in a dusty manuscript. I'm with real life, you know. But then, of course, as life will go, something changed, and I ended up working on a manuscript. So I invited to work on a manuscript that is 400 years old, written in Rajasthan. So it's a very valuable record of some of the earliest form in which Kabir, poetry with Kahat Kabir at the end, was written down. And written by one hand, so it's just like a historical record. It's been really interesting, and I won't say more about it, but the good luck includes that I got a chance, therefore, to have both the experience of the living, vibrant Kabir tradition right now on this ghat in Lunyakeri village, wherever, in America, you know, all these places, and an experience of some of the oldest written records. Sanjoy asked me to end with some poem. And I have so many poems in my head that immediately drove me crazy. How can I choose one? Anyway, I chose in a couple of seconds, I chose one doha and one song that was sung this morning by Umesh Kabir. That really moved me, and it's an example of how hearing it sung transformed my understanding of the words. But first, the doha is like this. Hindu kahu to tum nahi, Musalman bhi nahi. Gaibi dono dinon mein, khel dono mahi. Did I say it right?
5 तत्वों का पुत्रा गैबी खेले माही.
Acha, वो दूसरा version.
अच्छा.
The version that I just spoke says, my own translation, Hindu? I don't think so. Muslim? Afraid not. That hidden essence, that divine essence, Devi, is in both faiths, and I play. I play in both of them. Now the poem that I wanted to end with, of course I wanted to end with about 10 poems, but unfortunately there's other things on the program. So, those of you who were here this morning heard him sing Nirbhay Nirgun Gun Re Gaunga.
मैं सिंगिंग
And
के साथ
even if you weren't here, you may have heard